Hello, hello, hello. It's Margaret Mastery, your heartfelt CFO. I am so excited to be here with you this week live. I'm going to take a hot minute and see how the actual tech is doing. I trust you all are doing amazing. What I've come to realize lately as well is just how dang hot it is. I don't know how you all are doing in the heat, but it is freaking hot. And even the hydration uh, component is just a bit intense. I've been adding coconut to my this specific coconut to my water, and it's really, really divine and delicious. And it makes it a little bit more exciting when I drink the water. So I'm wondering what you guys do to drink your water every day, because I know when I'm not hydrated, my energy goes down and it's just so bad. So there's so much going on in business lately. Internally for our business, a lot of our extension clients are working on their extensions. We have some clients that are even quiet in the extension, so those can be a little bit rough. Working on our monthly clients, personally, I've been working on elevating my own health and well-being even more. A lot of you may know a few months ago, or it's a while ago, it's a good 6 months ago, I had surgery, and working on my physical fitness goals again has really been a lot. Between making sure to always have home cooked food and the right ingredients in the house. So there's a lot of things. So I want to talk about today the success in real estate, talking about really how it depends on having the right financial team. You know, the more I work with clients, the more I see is that they don't really know who's the right players to have on their side. And it's really the basis of how HCT was built, to be there along the entrepreneurial journey with you. And what does that mean? Business isn't linear, right? It goes in heaps and waves on different things of what's happening. So our services and offerings meet you exactly where you're at and will help elevate you, in addition to helping you making sure you have enough profit, even more profit than you think, and pay less taxes. So let's jump in. In case you don't know me, this is your first video, depending on you are watching on video or on replay. I'm known as a financial interpreter, business therapist, strategy whisperer, so just not your typical accountant. I help thousands of entrepreneurs gain control of their numbers around confidence, ease, grace, and flow. I'm also known as the #1 CFO strategist for the past 5 years. And I'm also founder of Heartfelt CFO and Tax Services. We do service the real estate industry along with mental health providers, so service-based business owners. I created a powerhouse video platform that simplifies the complex financial topics. And I really encourage you all to get in on those, because a lot of the things that are costing you a lot of money in our video platform, you're going to learn in one video and just get on with it. I'm on a mission for the past 20 years and still going on rewriting the business make around financial numbers and feeling empowered and overwhelmed around these things. So now that you know a lot about me, let's jump in and teach you something so that you can take the business and get going on the grounds today. How does that sound? Does growth feel heavy by you at times? I know by me. The past few months we grew. And at first, when the growth came in, there was a new sense of wave of what was supposed to go to happen. I could only imagine when you have a portfolio and the pressure happens behind the scenes of different real estate of what's supposed to happen. So once it's exciting, now feels messy and unclear. So you're no longer just buying the properties, you're running a business. Now, I hear this a lot from clients. Margot, I don't have a business. I just own a lot of properties. It's like family wealth development, so that when I retire, it's still a business because it goes into a business structure. Okay. Sorry about that. So when it goes into the business structure, we have to worry about entities, expenses, and all of those different things. And without the financial visibility, that business starts to feel out of control. No visibility, no control, which is basically the number one thing that people come for. I think I say that a lot because it's just a mirror of all of the things that keep happening. So why does the financial team matter? But it matters more than you think. And it matters more than you think because chances are these tasks are sitting by somebody who is not trained to do it. So it ends up costing you more money and you're looking to save in that position. So what you're going to learn today is why most CPAs and bookkeepers fall short in real estate, the key roles your financial team needs to actually have, red flags, how strategic support can unlock clarity, control, and growth. And this session is about building smarter and not just working harder. We want to give you that time off without guilt and increase that capability of that happening. What weak financial support looks like. Reports arrive late or they're hard to interpret. You're not sure if you're overpaying on taxes or you're just paying to pay. Lenders ask you for info and you can't quickly provide them. Your books don't reflect your actual structure. So let me tell you what that one means. You have the wrong entity, which could be a corp instead of an LLC instead of a corp. It could be an S corp. It could be a partnership. You could be in this complicated structure that you feel that you're just stuck with because the journey of what you're on, you want to make money on, but you really don't even understand how that money is coming and what's supposed to happen. So you're on the backlog of the tax side until they decide to give it to you, which is what we saw a lot this year. A lot. So many clients came that were in the wrong structures. And even before that, the wrong structures, they didn't even understand the structure that they were sitting in and how it affected them. So what weak financial support looks like that it just isn't busy work. It's friction that limits your growth because you think you can't do this because of that or that because of this. But when you understand the structures, growth is unlimited and it really doesn't matter. So why do most CPAs and bookkeepers fall short? Because they're built for compliance, not strategy. And where HCT wins the game is that we're built for both compliance and strategy. And that's where the journey meets you where you're at. Most don't understand real estate, how it works, let alone help you grow. What strategic financial team looks like? A fractional CFO who forecasts structure planning, real estate CPA, tax planning specific to your investments. That's what we do here. CFO, it's like my favorite thing to do. Specialized bookkeeper, which is exactly what we do here too. Accurate books across the entities, set up right, the expenses land in the right financial statement, and you have a dashboard to support you. We have one client that we're working on, and he wanted these dashboards, but his numbers were wrong for the past few years, and they were wrong simply because they were never reconciled. And he chose only to do the bookkeeping going forward and not backwards, which we obviously had to respect. However, what will happen is that impact with that decision will continue to play a role. So how we simply put the financial statements to him in that effect is important so that he can have reliable data. So what strategic financial team looks like? Your team just isn't answering questions. They help you ask better questions. So let me say that again. Your financial team shouldn't just answer questions. They help you ask better questions for what you're doing. So take those times when we meet together and see how you can work around your investors and partners to work together better with them instead of thinking that we're a thing that's holding you back. Instead of it's looking out for your numbers. Now, what happens a lot is around this clarity is this fear to go back to them and talk about it. So if that happens, what happens is we just talk more so that you can get that clarity. or I can help you there on those types of phone calls too, because there's nothing worse than being stuck in a money pit or a money structure that you think you're going somewhere and it's really not. Okay. So I want to say that again. We help you ask better questions than just answering your questions, which means helping you stay on the journey to making sure your money is in the right place. Let's talk about some red flags to watch for. Okay. We use the same process for a lot of our clients. No monthly reports or breakdowns, only shows up at tax times. Avoid strategic conversations. Choosing the wrong support isn't just inconvenient, it's expensive. So I want to talk about a few things like this. It's not around just strategic conversations being a red flag. It's also like just showing up at the end of the year. Doesn't your mailman come every day? I know mine does. He doesn't miss the mail. It was actually my first video I ever made in this industry was around the mail. Open your bank statements. So if they just show up around tax time, around the hot time, it's an old way of operating. Okay. That's a reactive way. You want to switch to the proactive way where you're thinking of things ahead of time so that you're taking care of your money. When you take care of your money takes care of you. I want to say that again. When you take care of your money takes care of you. When your financials are clean, timely, and strategic, you move faster, you make better decisions, and you scale without second guessing. You see, it used to be an old way of thinking in business where you had to be at the desk from 9 to 5 and that you felt awkward or weird or odd if now you're considered to work part-time hours, right? Because typical is 40 hours, and let's say you're only working like 25 hours a week, okay? I don't work 40 hours. I mean, maybe I do, but it's not odd because if you make better decisions and can make more money in less time, that's what the goal of this that whole awkwardness of around how much time, it's quality over quantity, and it's intention and impact over just acting. So it's not just being about organized, it's about being in control. And I'm going to tell you a story. I have a tenant of mine where she was telling me she didn't have certain paperwork and she kept making it around that I'm more organized than her and all of these things. It wasn't that I was organized, even though I appreciated that compliment. It was around the control of the property to make sure that I was on top of things and the property is not in control of me. And I want to say that again. When we're in control and even organized, it's not controlling us. So this is all about it not controlling us, protecting our money, and being able to make quicker decisions with time, grace, ease, and flow. So what I want to invite you to is that if this at all interests you or something in that nature where maybe tax planning is something that you've been thinking of, or, you're really just sick and tired of having all of these flags around somebody not, talking to you and only at tax time and when all of these things should happen, or maybe you just need bookkeeping, or maybe you just want to have a conversation. There's so many different ways that this can go. I invite you to have a call with me so that we can find the money that is hiding in your business and give it to you and your family and your loved ones, and you can use it to grow in all of the ways. Now, why should you take this step after listening to this? It's because you care about your money. You see Margot and her team as a partner for you and a way to do something different than what you've been doing. And that's what I invite you to do, is get your mind thinking in a proactive way. There's plenty of time this year to continue to be proactive. And even if there's back work, there's so many different fun ways to talk about it that we can make it happen for you and you can still profit. I promise you that. And I'm doing that on a live recording here. So I trust that you all enjoyed this and you now have all the skills to learn around what we talked about today, which is having the right financial team, which goes into, where was the slide? This was it, where fractional CFO, having a CPA, we have separation of duties in our firm, okay? So there's there's people behind each of them, and there's a flow that happens together so that we can give this for you. Now, If you have some, all, none, and you're interested, or wherever you are, let's make this happen. I look forward to talking to you, and I cannot wait to meet you. As always, any questions, let me know. I look forward to talking to you soon. Keep the DMs going and the messages. Every day we post daily at 7 a.m. Please meet us there and enjoy the content, and keep letting us know what you like to see. Talk soon, and I cannot wait to see you on our next live. And make sure to comment what you enjoyed and your takeaways. Talk soon.